Good afternoon, everyone. Glad to have everyone for the last final of webinars for the Society of Agricultural Communication Scholars this academic year, 2021, 2022. I had to think, what year were we in? Somewhere around that time frame. And this afternoon, we have Erica Earlbeck, who's going to be leading us on a conversation titled Evaluation Frustration. So you've all had a chance to review the information that she's provided to us about evaluating program effectiveness. So as we do here on our monthly meetings, we have presentation, discussion, and it's really up to the presenter how he or she would like to have that, whether questions throughout or questions at the end. And then after the presentation is complete, we'll have some time if you'd like to provide some updates about your program, or if there are any other things you'd like to share with us. And because this is the last one for this academic year, we do have a couple of things going into conference season that I do want to bring up as well. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Erica, for your presentation.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And this is evaluation is one of those parts of my job that I don't love, but I do it. You know, like it or not, we are all met with accountability measures in some shape or form. And if you don't have to do evaluation and assessment at this moment, you're probably going to have to soon on, if not your undergraduate program, your graduate program in some shape or form. Accountability and accreditation is becoming a huge part of our institutional life. And unfortunately, it falls onto the shoulders of faculty. But even in a small program, this is something small, no matter the size of the program, it's probably something that you should be doing in some form or fashion, because if you don't know where you stand, how can you improve? So I have another Mentimeter quiz for you all. So allow me to share my screen here. There we go. All right, so if you all would please go hop on to Mentimeter, you can either use your phone and scan that QR code, or just go to menti.com and enter the code 1968-8446. And just fun teaching tip, I have started using this in class regularly, especially in one of my classes. And I tell the students, I'm like, y'all, I don't like doing similar work twice. So I am copying and pasting these review questions and putting them straight into the final. I'm not tricking you with these. So if you want to take pictures of these questions, go for it. And they do.
Once we're in, are we waiting for instructions? It's blank.
Yes. Okay. Let me, I think, does anybody need another minute? Are we in? All right. First question. Which entity is your university accredited through? Ours is SACS, Southern Association of Colleges and Universities. I'm curious to know who you all are, who you answer to. Okay, not sure. Southern. No, it's okay if you don't know. Western Association. Higher Learning Commission. Okay, cool. Don't know. Cool. All right. SACS, good. And I think SACS changed its name to SACS SOC, but I don't know what the SOC part stands for. Okay. So evaluating your program, who handles that? And I'm not looking for a specific name. Is it like the dean's office, office staff, faculty? This is something they pile onto the grad students. Who ultimately does this step? I don't know if y'all can hear the noise outside my office. Somebody is jamming as they are walking down the street. Faculty member at department level, associate dean, faculty, institutional effectiveness, faculty, dean's office. At our institution, it's ultimately, well, I guess I should say in our department, it's different faculty members. So I collect the data for the undergraduate AgCom program. Courtney Myers collects for the graduate program. John Rayfield does the Ag Ed teacher cert. And I'm not sure who does the Ag leadership. And then we send it up to institutional effectiveness. What items do you evaluate? Are you looking at grades? Are you looking at, do you do like an exit survey? Programs. This one does a word cloud. I thought I'd mix it up, have some fun. Assignments. Okay, good. Whatever we decide, good. To be determined. Assignments at 3 points. Oh, that's kind of cool. Learning objectives. Good. Yeah, that was something when I first came on at Texas Tech, they were realizing that not every syllabus, and I've been at Texas Tech a long time, not every syllabus had learning objectives in it. And then, so, you know, they kind of put out a mandate and you had to turn your syllabus in to make sure that it had learning objectives. And then you had to put in how you're going to measure those objectives. And yeah. So what is your role in evaluation? Do you support? Do you contribute? Do you coordinate? Do you put your head down and don't make eye contact with the person that does this in hopes that they do not ask you to help? What do you do? Coordinators, contributors, good. Coordinating for the program. Student, you're being evaluated. Katie, you're the voluntold. Yay. Tracking down what other department chair asks. Very good. Awesome. I think that's the last question that I have. That is, thank you all for participating in this fun little poll brought to you by Mentimeter. Well, I just wanted to share briefly just what I do, and this I'm kind of setting us up for what we're going to do for our activity today, just to kind of get the ball rolling on, you know, because I'm curious what you all do, because the way that I do it may not be the way that it has to be done. And this is our system. We use this program called Nuventive. I don't know if I like it or not, because I don't know any better. But this is just what Texas Tech uses. But we have 4 ways that we evaluate, 5 ways. Grade on their final campaigns assignments, their grade in the magazine course, we calculate or we average all of their grades together in classes that aren't their capstone classes. We have them complete an exit survey, and there are several data points on the exit survey that we pull together, and then their internship grade. And their internship grade includes their supervisor's evaluation, their portfolio, and then a video assignment that they have to turn in with that. So those are the data points that we collect for evaluation. So what I'm going to do now is put us into some small groups so that we can have some fun little conversations about this. And I have some discussion questions for us all, and I'm going to drop these here in the chat. So here are the questions. What do you currently do to evaluate your program? And if you don't have to do anything, what are you afraid they're going to ask you to do? What are you doing that works? How do you find the time to do it? How do you make this fit into your schedule? What would you like to change about it? And then let's just be honest, what do you hate about it? We can turn this into complaining time, and that's okay, because sometimes we just need to commiserate about this. So if we could, let's see, how many people do we have here? We have 9 participants. Let's break into 3 rooms. Ricky, I don't know if I can break us into breakout. I don't think I have that power. Can you break us into 3 rooms?
I was the entire time. Give me 1 second. Hold on a second. Breakout rooms. Let me expand my screen here. Breakout rooms. Okay, we want, what did you say, 3 rooms?
3 rooms, yeah.
3
and
rooms.
Just randomly assign.
Assign automatically. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, John, we're in breakout rooms. I'm going to put you in a room, okay? Okay. All right. See you later. Bye. Okay, there you go. All right.
Welcome back, everyone. So the group that joined us last, so Austin, Katie, John, Caroline, since you all talked the longest, what's one big takeaway that you all learned from each other in your conversations?
There's an awful lot of variety.
We have a lot to figure out, I think, as our big takeaway. Time to take care of it. Standardization was a theme. How do you manage so many different pieces of assessment? It's just, and we were all at different points too. So it was a lot of, we could have kept talking.
I told Caroline her next experience in evaluation will be like mine. You go from sitting on the advisory committee for the AEC department at UF to coordinator 12 years later. That's about the extent of preparation.
Oh, goodness.
You know what assessment is? You're in charge.
You were once the grad student appointed. Yes.
Yeah, that was part of our discussion too. You've heard the word assessment, so you're in charge of it for the whole department now. Have fun.
And we don't care what you measure, just measure something and tell us you have results. So, Kara, Garrett, Ricky, what was a big key takeaway from your room?
So I was in the room with Kara and Kenna, and it seems like what Kenna and I do at our universities is a little bit more similar. Kara hasn't done what we've done, but we think that might be because theirs is a minor and not a major just yet. So that might be why they haven't done evaluation in the same way that we have. I can't remember if Kenna's came from the college level or the university level, but we have a pretty specific evaluation process that we go through here at the University of Minnesota each year at the college level. And then we get feedback from, the letter says from the dean, but I don't know if he actually reads our evaluation stuff that we submit. But some people in a letter signed by the dean says, things are great. You get a wonderful review this year, or here's some things you need to work on or think about evaluating. And it seems like Kenna's was pretty similar there at Utah State.
Yeah, ours is pretty much the same. I'm just on the lecturer level, so I don't handle our program coordinator does most of the evaluation on the program level, but similar to Garrett, we just switched over. We used to do it every 3 years, and this was the first year we've switched to an annual review. And so it's mostly objective focused. We have to show how each class objective is meeting the program objective, and then artifacts that prove that those students are doing it. So any assignment that fits into that, any and all things that kind of just proves that we're doing what we're doing, we submit to I'm not sure if they're a college or a department level. The evaluator is in our department, but I don't know if she does it just for our department or the whole college, but we send it to her. She'll work through it, and then it gets sent out to someone else. So a lot of our talk is we don't actually really know what happens to everything after it leaves us.
It goes into the void.
Same. But for our own measurement and to know that what we're doing, just through some talk, through our own conversation in the room that Karen Lacey and I were in, we kind of boiled it down to what is it that what are 5 things that a graduate of our program should possess? What are the things that 70-80% of them should be able to do? And maybe that's kind of the starting language that we use, and then we can finesse it to meet whatever accrediting body standards we have to meet. And that might be a way to get started if we're not currently having to do this. And so that was kind of a nice way a way to get started with that. So yeah. Any other tidbits of advice or any other good ideas that you all passed around that you wanted to share? Hearing none, I'll turn it back over for announcements, general conversation. And
thank you very much. Good discussions, I'm sure, in the breakout rooms and here as well. It is a topic that will continue. We actually had our departmental, the communication leadership development curriculum review today. It's been a year-long process of gathering data on that, and we're still not where we need to be to have kind of everything all finalized and developed, but accreditation and outcomes and all those factors that are important to specific courses and curriculum are also going to continue to be in the future as well. So I think this is a topic that we'll continue to revisit quite frequently as we continue on our programs, especially those of you who are new to ag and natural resource communication, starting your own programs. When I started here at University of Florida, we didn't have these type of conversations going on at that time. So getting in on the ground floor about what are the things that I need to be looking at in my new program, what are the assignments and outcomes, continue to will just get you ready to as you develop your curriculum throughout your career. So again, we can discuss more of this as we go to conferences. Yes, Kara.
I just have a really quick question. If this is too big of a can of worms, you can ignore it and we can talk later. But I was looking at that article that you put in the chat. So does the governor pretty much just tell the university who needs to accredit them? Is that kind of how it works? I really know my accreditation knowledge really kind of began today. So I don't have any idea.
Yeah, well, if you have a chance to look at that article, those of you, I popped it in the chat. If you came in a little late, I can put it in the chat again. So this is a new thing just passed. Yay, go state legislature. So it looks at the tenure and promotion so I'm not sure what it's like in your states, but now apparently those of us who are full professors, it'll be tenure with an asterisk next to it. We'll have evaluation every 5 years or so, but also part of the new law will be accreditation. So since I've been here in 1995, we've always had the Southern Region be our accreditation agency. But apparently, and I will be bluntly honest, what you see there is what I know. I didn't follow this particular topic. I guess I should have. I was looking at other things, but based on what the article says is that the governor and the legislature feels that having your university accredited by the same agency time and time again puts too much power in the accreditation agency's hands. So again, looking at the article, that every time that a university is going to be accredited, that it will be looking at a new accreditation agencies or group. So those of you who are being accredited by the Western region, it may be that the University of Florida may be accredited by your region too. So yeah, I'll repost the link there. So it's all very kind of fun when your legislature controls the things that you're supposed to be doing. So I'll put it back in the chat there. So that's an article. So yes, I can't tell you everything that this is going to mean. It will continue to be a topic of discussion, I'm sure, here in the state of Florida for the next several months and beyond. It'll be like anything else that is handed down to us. We're going to have to learn to live with it, I guess. So very interesting, I know. But whatever happens in Florida, I hate to say it, in Florida and in Texas and other, as they say, bellwether states, look at everybody else. You're probably going to be looking at those type of things too at some point. Yay. Anyway, any other questions or comments before we go? Should stay there. Yes, thank you. So, John, go ahead.
Dr. Tell, thank you for putting that position announcement out for us. We're going to try to have a AgCom program at TSU, and we're looking for an assistant professor. So you guys share the word. We need your help.
Absolutely. We have several brand new programs. We have not only there at your university, John, but at ABAC and others for positions. So this is a great time to be cranking out PhDs for these programs as well. So it's very exciting for me and for those who've been in the program, in the discipline for quite a long period of time. But yes, if you have anything like that over the summer, please don't hesitate to let me know and I'll get it out to the group here. Related, but not exactly related to that, because we do have our mentor-mentee program. There have been some changes and we'll have some more changes over the summer. If you're currently a mentee or a mentor and would like to update your information, please either let me know. There was an email as part of, I think, this overall email, or you can go to the Qualtrics survey, and I'd be happy to share that with you off camera to try to update information. Or if you'd like to, if you're not part of the program and would like to be part of the mentor-mentee program, let me know that as well. We've got probably 4 more people who are starting programs this fall who would like to find a mentor because they're part of programs of 1 or maybe 2 faculty members. That's pretty exciting too. With this being the last webinar for the year, academic year, we are looking for volunteers, not voluntold, to potentially do a webinar or so over this next academic year, 2022, 2023. If you'd like to share something in teaching, research, extension, professional development, life experiences, whatever you want to call it, please let me know. I'll be happy to add you to the list of right now volunteers for next year. So things are pretty open. We usually do these on Monday afternoons, the fourth Mondays of the month, most of the time. And so we'd be happy to have you be part of that process. Over the next 2 months, just a kind of a heads up, we do have several of us in our professional academic associations meetings coming up. We have AAA coming up in Oklahoma City in May, and then ACE in June in Kansas City. NACTA is also part of that process too for many of us. So it's going to be a very busy, full conference season. Most everything will be some type of hybrid, but I think from what I've heard, a lot of people want to do face-to-face if you can. So that'll be pretty exciting. So if you're going to any of those, I hope to see you there. I'll be at both of those meetings. NACTA, no, not NACTA. That's the only, no, not going to. ACE and AAAE. And it'll be exciting to see people in person, face to face. So with that, are there any other announcements, questions, comments for the group? If not, y'all have a great end of the semester. Hope to see folks conferencing. And if not, we'll see each other again in the fall. Thank you all. Bye.
Hi, thanks, Erica and Ricky.